Mysterious city underwater. This was the day when a terrible natural disaster was about to hit. And the target of this disaster was a city where people considered themselves to be God. This city was built on an island, and the civilization of the people living in it was about to be destroyed. Not only the buildings here, but along with all the islands, the entire civilization that lived here had become a target of such devastation that their name and mark had also been erased. 11,000 years ago, this entire civilization was hit by a dangerous tsunami, and that too within just one night. This is the story of such a civilization of humans that we know today as Atlantis. This shocking story of Atlantis was written by a philosopher from ancient Greece 2,000 years ago. And the name of this philosopher was Plato. Plato wrote about Atlantis that the people here considered themselves to be God. They had extraordinary powers. And the islands where these people lived were filled with gold and silver. Plato also wrote in his book that the people of Atlantis were very greedy and misused their powers. This is why they were subjected to such a natural disaster in which their name and mark had been erased from this world. This story of Atlantis, written 2,000 years ago, has become a historical mystery today. Because there used to be many such cities in history that are now submerged in the sea. This is why many people have complete faith in the sinking of Atlantis in the sea. But the question is that if such a big city and the whole civilization disappeared overnight, where did it go? What was the location in the world where the people of Atlantis used to live? And what was the last thing that was remembered by these people who lived 6,500 years before the pyramids of Egypt? These are the questions that scientists, archaeologists, and researchers have been trying to find answers to for centuries. But this time, looking at the evidence that science has found in the sea, it will not be wrong to say that perhaps after 11,000 years, we have come very close to finding the sunken city of Atlantis. Everyone is attracted to the mysterious cities submerged in the sea. And especially those cities about which there is no information. If someone's name comes at the top of these mysterious cities, then that name is Atlantis. Experts have made many attempts to find Atlantis in the sea. One of these attempts was made near a remote island in Japan, which is known as Yonaguni. The water of the sea here is not only scary, but often siphons also come out of this place. At the same time, hammerhead sharks have also been seen swimming in the water. Because diving in this dangerous part of the sea is a big challenge for deep-sea divers. That's why this place has been hidden from the eyes of experts for a long time. Kihachiro Arataki is the diver who dived in Yonaguni without worrying about his life. This diver said that when I went into the water here was completely crystal clear and I saw a strange structure at the bottom. At first, Arataki thought it was a normal stone mountain, but his suspicion changed when he saw steps like stairs on this mountainous structure. This diver was not able to understand that if this is a natural stone mountain, then why are there steps in it? But when Arataki went further down to examine this structure, it was very difficult for him to believe what he saw. Yes, this whole structure was as big as 6 football fields and its height was as high as an 8-story building. There were stairs from the bottom to the top of this strange structure and every side of this structure was surprisingly made in a regular pattern. After seeing all this, one thing was certain that this mysterious structure made in the deep sea was not made naturally, but it was made by humans. But what is this thing? When the experts learned about this mysterious structure, they believed that only by diving we can get more information about this structure. Therefore, it was time to use technology. Experts decided that by using modern sonar technology, the sea around Yonaguni Island would be scanned. Sonar is such a device that when it is put in water, it throws a special sound wave. This sound wave is reflected by colliding with different things in the sea, and then a receiver captures the reflected sound waves, and then a 3D model of it is made with the help of a computer. The sonar scanning team reached Yonaguni Island and they did a complete scan of the bottom of the sea here. When the 3D model of the scan was made, the whole truth was revealed. After thousands of years, the layout of this mysterious structure was seen for the first time in this 3D model, and it was very difficult to believe what was being seen. It was a very magnificent, extremely beautiful and magnificent palace-like structure. This amazing discovery had amazed archaeologists, geologists, and scientists around the world. Everyone was on their way to Yonaguni Island to see this structure, including marine geologist Professor Masaaki Kimura. When Professor Kimura saw this structure, he believed that there is no doubt that this is a human-made structure. Because there were some features in it, which proved that when this structure used to be out of water thousands of years ago, then it was in the use of some unknown civilization. There was also a tunnel to go inside this structure, which was probably its main entrance. There was a proper way to go to this entrance and stairs. These stairs were going to the top of the proper structure, and there were completely flat terraces built on top of it. There was also such a thing on the top of these terraces. Seeing this, it is assumed that the people living here had quite a modern thinking even thousands of years ago. Yes, there was also a triangle-shaped pool here, where, according to Professor Kimura, people must have sat on this terrace after taking a bath. These terraces are so big that thousands of people can stand here at the same time. This structure lying near Yonaguni Island in the sea, which had an entrance, a pathway and stairs, and along with the terraces, a pool was also built. All these things were indicating to Professor Kimura that this structure used to be the castle of the civilization living here at some time. But to prove this theory, some evidence was also needed to prove that humans really lived here at some time. For this underwater structure was once again examined and some samples were also collected. Not much was found in these samples, but one thing was seen to be really strange. A cross-shaped symbol was carved on a stone found here, and 2 holes were also made on this stone. Professor Kimura believes that people may have held it with their fingers and perhaps it must have had a special purpose in that era. Looking at it, it seems that this structure is made of stone blocks, but forensic details revealed that it is not a small stone block, but it is a very large stone. That is, this large stone has been carved and designed like a castle. The carbon dating of the artifacts found here shows that these samples are 8 to 10,000 years old. That is, 10,000 years ago, this place was out of the water and such a civilization of humans lived here, which still has no name and sign. But is this structure the 11,000-year-old Atlantis described by Plato? Or is it a city thousands of miles away from here, near an island in Greece, located below the sea? You will see amazing information about this mysterious secret city in the next video.